to be a week better with my skills. I'm going to be a week stronger in my mentality. I'm going to be a week wiser. I'm going to be a week closer to the day when I get to kick Tyson Fury's ass. That's what you got to expect. And every week that counts down, I'm looking forward to the fight. I ain't waiting for no deadline. The only deadline I need to know is when that final bell goes and I've done my job. That's the only deadline I'm looking forward to.
You feel like Fury's putting a deadline because...
I don't know what Fury's doing. I don't give a shit either. All I know is who I am and what I'm doing, and I'm coming. I'm looking forward to it.
Those are the words of Anthony Joshua, as you clearly hear the man say that he doesn't give a shit about any deadlines. He doesn't care. And with each week, that's one step closer to whooping Tyson Fury's ass. Shout out to Pro Bees for getting the interview and conducting the interview with Anthony Joshua. And, you know, if you look at Anthony Joshua's demeanor, like I was watching this interview, he has a different mentality when he's training. You know, he really, you know, he was smiling and this and that, but you could tell he was more serious, is more focused. He was in focus mode, you know, and, you know, I think that's when you get the rawest version of Anthony Joshua when he's in the gym, you know, because a lot of times you see him out and in interviews and stuff. That's, you know, that's a lot different. That's a different mentality when he's in the gym and he's biting down and he's, you know, he's working hard in training, you know, and then, certain people are allowed and a lot of people are not even allowed at all to go back there, especially when he's training. You know, I mean, that's more than like that's it. That's exposing too much, you know, of the public eye for a lot of people. You know, they don't let a lot of people back there, but Pro B's got that opportunity and got that interview with him, and he seems focused. You know, I mean, what could I say about AJ? I mean, if you look at him, one of the first things besides his mentality that I noticed was his physique. I mean, look at the guy. He looks smaller, a lot smaller. Okay. You know, it's like, I don't know if he's shredding. I don't know what it is, but he has more of a boxer's physique. So that's what I noticed too. You know, if you check out the pictures and you look at, you know, how his chest and his arms, everything's leaner. Okay, like he went vegan for a while or something like that, but he does look a lot smaller. So I don't know if that's one of the game plans that they're working on, but he doesn't look like the same fighter that fought Kubrat Pulev. You know, so, you know, he's similar probably to the fighter that that faced Andy Ruiz for the second time in Saudi Arabia. But, you know, the deadlines, you know, Anthony Joshua pretty much brushed that right over. You know, don't give a shit about any deadlines, you know, so that obviously tells us that if the fight doesn't happen, which I'm thinking is going to happen now, you know, we heard the announcement yesterday, but this is just showing you that Anthony Joshua is really not worried about what goes behind the scenes. He believes in his team, and he believes his team will get the job done eventually. You know, Eddie Hearn and company. So, you know, those guys will get that job, get that ball rolling for him, and that ball has been rolling, right? So, but no, I mean, he's getting it in at the gym. You know, Tyson Fury's looking good. You know, him to whoop Tyson Fury. If you notice, he wasn't saying a lot of stuff like he normally doesn't do. I'm going to get him. I'm going to smash him. I'm going to beat him. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like he did with Jarrell Miller. You know what I mean? He was ready to do. Now he's just, hey, it's another fight. Every fight is the most important fight to me. So I want the next belt. You know, so he really wasn't even looking at it or even talking to you guys about putting something on the line. He was worried about, hey, I want to get another belt. You know what I mean? It's meaning that he ain't letting those belts go anyway. So he doesn't even have that mindset to let them go. So I think that's one of the things that people need to understand about Joshua, that, hey, he understands that it's going to be the biggest fight that you can make. I don't care if it's now or later. If it was later, it would be more money. If it's now, it's still more money than anybody will make today in any other fight. Okay, so that's really no contest of what will be the bigger fight. It's not. No other fight will be bigger than this one. You know, Anthony Joshua he did discuss that Tyson Fury has the wrong type of attitude. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you wait if the negotiation's still going. Understanding when you're negotiating, that means that's the process that's going on right now. ING means now. I'm working. I'm doing that in this moment. So if they're negotiating in this moment. Okay. So when people say, oh, well, hey, this is that and the other, it brings more confusion and it just gives everybody else self-doubt, to the point where, everyone then like John Fury had to turn around and clean it up. Like, hey, no, we're still waiting. You know what I mean? Cool. You still waiting. Stop talking shit. But it didn't really even matter with Team Joshu because he was like, I don't care where his head's at. I just want to fight. You know what I mean? I don't know what he's doing. It makes no difference to him because here's the thing, people. Life goes on. Okay, it goes on. Life goes on, and if people do their job in the sport, which sometimes that does happen, things will happen without people knowing it. So with Anthony Joshua, what he's saying is if it won't be that fight, it's going to be a fight. But that's the fight that he wants. That's the fight that I believe Tyson Fury wants now. So, but based on the action, we'll see what is what. Okay. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua's comments towards Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.